Yes, there was a major gap in European cognitive psychology. In much of Europe, it had suffered substantially during the war. The Nazis were not very keen on experimental psychology, but it had actually strengthened in the UK and was also strong in the Netherlands. And there was a particularly close link between the applied psychology unit in Cambridge and the unit that John trained in the Netherlands. There was also a link between the Dutch Psychonomic Society and the British Experimental Psychology Society. I travelled a bit around Europe. This time I was director of the Applied Psychology Unit, and was struck that there were a lot of good people that were relatively isolated. And in fact, what particularly prompted, in my case, was a visit to Norway, where I met some really bright people who had no contact outside. There was a meeting coming up between the Dutch Psychonomic Society and EPS. And so my memory, and this may be a confabulation, is that I rang John, who I knew from previous contacts, and said, should we talk about perhaps trying to set something up? In fact, when I got to the meeting, I suspect maybe John had also been thinking the same thing, because he went considerably further than I'd thought of, and booked a room and invited a number of other people along. And that was where ESCOP started.